Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all having a great day. I got a request from a viewer to make a video about water and like my thoughts on water and everything. And this is a really interesting topic for me because it's something that I'm still very much like trying to educate myself on, and I'm still trying to like play around and experiment with it as far as like my water consumption goes and how much water I drink and how much I think is ideal. So if you're coming to this video for answers, unfortunately I don't have any. But I will I would like to share my thoughts and overall like experience with you guys. So basically I think that water consumption is, I mean, it's like food, right? There's no, like, you can't, there's no one size fits all. Like, you can't tell somebody this is how much you should drink X liters of water every day, because everybody's different, and it's gonna depend on, like, a ton of different factors, like how active you are, what kind of climate you live in, what foods you're eating, a whole bunch of different things, right? So it's like, yeah, it's like asking how much should you eat. Well, enough, right? That's the answer, and it's gonna be different for everyone. So um my water journey, basically, like when I first came to this lifestyle, the raw vegan lifestyle, back in 2013, I had two main influences. Okay, I got into like the 80-10-10 Dr. Doug Graham, through just finding some of his videos on YouTube and then reading his book and everything. And then shortly after that, I discovered Harley Johnstone, aka Durian Rider, and I got really kind of like obsessed with his videos for a long time. Back then, he was like really active and posting a lot. And yeah, I mean, I have to be honest, like I became a bit of a Durian Rider disciple, if you will, for a few years, at least a couple years. So, and if you're not familiar with him, then like his big thing back then, especially, was like sleep, water, sugar, and like drink like 3 liters of water a day, no matter what, and just like smash in the water. Wake up every morning and just drink a liter of water, and I really took that to heart. You know, I really was like, okay, I guess this is the way it has to be, or this is the way it should be in order to be healthy. So I was really doing that. You know, I've always been like, I mean, even before I got into veganism and stuff, I'd always, you know, kind of heard the 8 glasses per day or whatever, and I was always like kind of somebody that strived to drink a lot of water because you know, it's just a healthy thing to do. And then, so when I discovered Harley Durian Rider, I really like kind of got on the water bandwagon, and was drinking like over 3 liters of water a day, I think, if I remember correctly. And the thing is, I wasn't listening to my body at all. I was just like blindly following his advice, and drinking 3 liters of water a day, even in the winter time, which, looking back on it now, is just kind of silly. And yeah, I just wasn't listening to like, do I feel like drinking? Do I need this much water? I was just drinking and like peeing like so much, and so I kept that up for a bunch of years, like a few years at least. And you know, it was clearly like I was clearly drinking too much, but and I kind of like realized that at a certain point. I was like, this really feels like too much, and I'm really like feel like I'm forcing myself to drink all this water. But you know, this guy says it's what you should do, so obviously it's the right thing to do. And Yeah, at a certain point, I guess, well, at a certain point, I stopped being raw for like 3 years. I went back to eating like a regular whole food plant-based diet. And and at that point, the water thing kind of evened out a bit because I was eating cooked food, which is a lot less hydrating itself. Um, and then, it's only been like in the last year or so that I've really seriously started experimenting with, like, I think I genuinely had a phobia of like being dehydrated, of like not drinking enough water for a long time, because for like years I was just sticking to this like religious like 3 liters of water a day, and yeah, even though it wasn't working. Um, so I guess, yeah, about a year ago or so, I was just like, okay, this is not working. Like, I need to. I'm back to being raw now. Like, I'm eating all this hydrating, water rich fruit and everything. Like, I don't need to drink this much water. So, I slowly started decreasing the amount of water I drank, and down to like more like 2 liters a day. Felt a lot better. I wasn't going to the bathroom as much. I think the thing with water is that it can be just as dangerous to overhydrate as it can be to underhydrate. Because if you overhydrate yourself on a consistent basis, um, like more than you need, you're just kind of like pumping your cells with with more water than they need, and you're diluting all the nutrients that you're taking in from the food, which can lead to can't remember what it's called, but like hypo. God, I can't. There's a condition for what happens when you overhydrate, but yeah, I mean it can result in like serious sodium potassium electrolyte imbalances and everything. So it's not something um, to take the risk of doing. So yeah, it's interesting that in the raw vegan fruitarian world, there's kind of like the there's like these two camps. There's like the camp of people that like Durian Rider, who say like you should still drink water, like you should drink a lot of water on top of eating a lot of water-rich hydrating food. And then there's a lot of other people of the other side who say we can get all the water we need just from eating a raw vegan diet, and because fruit is so high in water content, um, and Douglas Graham, who is one of the main people that got me into this whole lifestyle. I've heard him say on a number of occasions that he doesn't really drink water, and to me, I mean, I feel like it's the reality is probably somewhere in the middle. Um, I have a hard time, as much as I respect Doug Graham and agree with him on most things. I have a hard time like agreeing with getting all your water, or like most of your, like drinking very little water. I still think that it's probably a good idea for most people to drink like a decent amount of water per day, but probably not 3 liters if you're eating a lot of water rich food. Maybe if you're in the tropics and you're just eating bananas and dates all day, and really sweating a lot, then maybe you might need to drink 3 or even more liters of water. But if you're like in the winter in like Canada and you're eating like papayas and oranges and watermelons, um, I don't really see the need to drink much water. Maybe like half a liter or something. So I think it's really important with water to just pay attention to like how you're feeling, and like if you start drinking water and you're like feel like you're forcing it, like it's not enjoyable, that's probably a sign that you don't need to be drinking. So I think like drinking when you're thirsty is probably a good thing to do. Um, as far as what kind of water to drink, I mean, this is a whole nother can of worms that I don't really feel qualified to um, give advice on or anything. I think, I mean, for me, I always feel better like drinking water that tastes good. So, I mean, investing in some kind of filter, I think, is uh, definitely a wise thing to do. As far as like, you know, distilled versus reverse osmosis versus like Kangen and all the other like millions of different water filtration systems. You know, I think that's something that everyone should research for themselves and come to their own conclusions on. Um, I mean, the best water I've ever had is like fresh spring water from mountains. You know, that's you can't get much better than that. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to say about water. Um, I don't really think so. Just you know, it's not a one size fits all. It's really like an individual thing, just like eating, the amount of food that you need to eat. So yeah, like I said, I'm still really experimenting with it, and I still kind of feel like I am still drinking too much. But like I said, I've genuinely struggled for years with like this phobia of like getting dehydrated, which is crazy as someone who eats a raw vegan diet. Um, but yeah, I'm still working on it, and I'm still kind of like playing around. And you know, right now it's like we're in summer. It's not a very hot summer here, but like it is summer, and I'm eating I'm eating lots of mangoes and water-rich foods, and I'm feeling pretty good drinking about 1.5 liters of water a day. Actually, no, I'm probably drinking more closer to well, between 1.5 liters and 2 liters. That's how much I'm drinking right now. I'm feeling pretty good. Um, but to be honest, I probably don't even need to be drinking that much. I don't know. So yeah, just experiment, play around with it. I feel like going by you know, the rule of thumb that if you're drinking and it's not feeling good, that's probably a good sign that you don't need more water. But yeah, what do you think? Do you guys have any thoughts or comments? If so, leave them in the discussion area. Um, and yeah, thanks for watching. And it might be a while before you hear from me actually, because it's getting close to leaving Canada time and moving to Greece time, which means that I probably will not be able to make any more videos for the next couple of weeks. But as soon as I get to Greece, I'm looking forward to making many videos again and talking all about what it's like to be raw vegan in Greece and growing your own food in Greece and all that great stuff. So stay tuned for that. All right. Thanks for watching.